Hi guys, I'm Adam Wilborn from WhatCulture. He's Andy Murray from WhatCulture, and we are here with your afternoon news, hashtag good afternoons. No idea if that worked or not, but let's start with our first story of the day, and that is that Mauro Ranallo has left WWE, as originally reported by Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer. Loads of speculation on this online last night. Basically, it is a very amicable split from WWE. You'll know that, of course, Mauro Ranallo has been missing from NXT in recent weeks and months. He's been away dealing with his mother's hospitalisation in British Columbia, been looking after her. WWE confirmed the news, releasing the following statement. WWE and Mauro Ranallo have mutually and amicably agreed to part ways. Mauro's passion and enthusiasm left an indelible and exciting mark with WWE and its fans, and we wish him the best in his future endeavours. Mauro also responded saying, I appreciate the opportunity I had to realise my childhood dream of working in sports entertainment, and I wish WWE well in the future. Now I wanted to direct my focus and devote my time to my other projects and to my mental health charitable activities and the well-being of my mother and myself. Of course, our thoughts go out to him. Difficult position with him with family issues and what have you. But he has been a true legend in WWE, and I'll miss his voice on commentary, Andy.
It's going to be a real tough one for a lot of people to take, because Mauro, like, if you like Mauro, you love Mauro's work in NXT and so forth, and his enthusiasm and energy will certainly be missed on the brand. I suspect we'll pick this apart in more detail later on when we do the NXT preview. Nice little plug there.
Indeed.
I'm not a very good advertiser, I'm very sorry. But yeah, surprised to wake up to this news that broke overnight while I was in sleep. I'm a mess today. But it'll be interesting to see what happens next, what Mauro does next, and where the company go next. But we've got a little tease here as to where they might go next, coming from PW Insider, reporting that Wade Barrett and WWE are in negotiations over a full-time return. So Mike Johnson here is reporting that the two parties are currently in talks with hope of ironing out a deal, though any contract would be for a commentary position, not a wrestling role. Now, Barrett, of course, made his return to WWE in the NXT announce booth for the first time since he was released in 2016 last week. He was there, did a good job, everyone enjoyed having Wade Barrett back, and it sounds like he could be soon coming back into a full-time role. This naturally leads you to speculate that maybe he'll be Mauro's replacement full-time on NXT, but Johnson writes that there's talk of WWE using him on NXT UK as well. Obviously, he's British, so, you know, that makes sense. But yeah, I think he'd make a welcome addition to the full-time commentary pool. He has great commentary experience, obviously, from WCPW/Defiant. We had him. He was our general manager and everything as well. It was great. And he was also in the NWA, where he replaced Jim Cornette, one of the greatest commentators of all time. I mean, I can't really think of a better Mauro replacement if that's the route you want to go. Wade Barrett's really good at this, and friend of the channel, of course. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you won't hear any complaints from me regarding this. I thought he was sensational on NXT last week. Great to hear he's coming back, at the very least for this week, of course, for that mad Super Tuesday going down tonight. Fatal 4-way Iron Man 60-minute match. Oh my God, for the NXT Championship. I'm so excited for that. Yeah, I can't think of anyone better. It's obviously going to be a bit of a shuffle around with NXT commentary. It seems like for the time being, it's going to be Vic Joseph, Wade Barrett, and Beth Phoenix, of course. And I think they all work really well together. You will not hear me say a bad word, of course, against Wade Barrett. He is my best friend after all. But yeah, in terms of getting a positive out of a negative, losing Mauro Ranallo but getting Wade Barrett, I think NXT have done very, very well out of all this. Right, let's move on and talk about the story I don't want to talk about today. The IIconics, they are no more. They have been forced to split after losing a match against the Riot Squad on last night's episode of Monday Night Raw. Why do they have to split? Why wasn't it just a tag team title opportunity? Why was it one team gets a tag title opportunity, one team is no more? Well, probably because they want to push Peyton Royce as a single star. Let's be perfectly honest. That's probably the direction they're going to go in. But, this hit me like a ton of bricks this morning, Andy. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. I can't. We'll always have WrestleMania 35, Andy.
We most certainly will. Interesting turn of events. We saw the Raw Underground thing later on with Peyton Royce kind of throwing Billie Kay into the ring and like smiling as she got beaten up by Jessamine Duke. You know, this is something we've heard rumored in the past. I believe Dave Meltzer reported earlier this month as well that WWE saw big singles potential in Peyton Royce alongside Bianca Belair and a host of others in the Raw Women's division. So, again, this is something that we'll probably pick apart in greater detail when we do the Raw review podcast later. Look at these, man. Look at these plugs. I'm like a car salesman. Buy a mini off me. But I've lost my train of thought. You know, they were a fun undercard act, absolutely, for sure, the IIconics.
They were the best women's tag team all time. You can say it, don't worry.
They were a women's tag team and they existed in all time. But no, I've always enjoyed the IIconics. Obviously not to the extent of my broadcast partner here, but it's just kind of confusing to me because do WWE see Peyton Royce as like solo being more of a marketable or fun act than the IIconics as a duo? I don't know. They had great chemistry. They were fun. You need a couple of people who are going to get their just heads kicked in every division and score the odd heel win every now and then. You know, I thought they were good together, but here we go.
Just a couple of final thoughts on this. Like, I forgot that women's tag team division was so stacked we can now just start getting rid of teams for no apparent reason, first of all. Second of all, surely Peyton Royce, as we saw when she faced Ruby Riott one-on-one, was incredibly effective with Billie Kay at ringside. Like, why you can't just say, you know what, we're not doing well as a tag team right now, but you're really good at wrestling and I'm really good at being annoying at ringside. Why don't we combine that? Like, you tell me if they said at Clash of Champions, for example, it's going to be Asuka versus Peyton Royce. No one's buying Peyton Royce is going to win the title. And I love Peyton Royce, but she's been, like you said, jobbed out as part of this tag team for months on months and months on end. So why not have Billie Kay as the, you know, unpredictable sidekick in her corner that could maybe just tip the scales a little bit. But I completely disagree with what they're doing here. But it's WWE and they will crush everything that you love.
WWE gonna WWE. Vince is gonna take your dreams and go like that. Final story for this video: the Clash of Champions main event. What might be the main event appears to be in place. Clash of Champions is WWE's next pay-per-view. It's the 27th of September, and the match we are getting is Drew McIntyre defending the WWE Championship against Randy Orton. There was a mini tournament on last night's Raw. It was the series of singles matches leading into a triple threat to confirm the number one contender. That triple threat ended up being Randy Orton, Keith Lee, and Seth the Chef Rollins. Rollins took the pin. He ate a spirit bomb from Keith Lee. Keith Lee looked like he had it won, but in came Randy Orton, that cheeky little scamp, hit Keith Lee with an RKO and stole his pinfall effectively after Lee had done the dirty work on Rollins. So we're getting a rematch of their SummerSlam match, which ended in like a roll-up that Drew won. It was a really good match. Hopefully we get more of the same at Clash of Champions. Last week on Raw, Randy Orton beat the hell out of Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre was put out with what WWE ridiculously reported as a hairline skull fracture or something, because that would totally heal in 4 weeks, I'm sure. But nonetheless, we're getting the match. The first one was good, so I have no complaints.
No, absolutely. I'd love to see Randy versus Drew again for the WWE Championship. Really enjoyed the match they had at SummerSlam, and they've got a bit of wiggle room, I suppose, in the fact that neither of them hit their big move, neither hit either an RKO or a Claymore kick. I don't know whether I'd want to see it main event over whatever Roman's doing, because I'm falling in love with him. But anyway, the right thing to do, and an exciting little mini tournament I thought last night on Monday Night Raw. Right, let us know your thoughts on that and all of today's news stories in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling on either iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts from, for daily wrestling podcasts, including, as Andy mentioned, the Raw review and the NXT preview. Wednesday Night War is all over the place over these last few weeks. You can also let us know your thoughts and Twitter questions on Twitter at WhatCultureWWE, and watch there. Follow both of us. You can follow Andy Murray at
Andy H. Murray. The H stands for Hatem Trabelsi.
Follow me at Adam Wilmore. Follow us all at WhatCultureWWE, as I said. But for now, my thanks to Andy Murray. Thank you for joining us for the After News, and we will see you soon.